It was a gray Tuesday morning in the heart of the city. Rain tapped rhythmically on the windows of Bean and Heart Cafe, a place once known for its warmth, laughter, and the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee. But lately, something had changed. The cafe's once bustling energy had turned dull, customers came and went with blank faces, and employees seemed to move like clockwork, soulless, tired, and disconnected. The owner and CEO, Ethan Hale, had built this business from scratch 10 years ago, believing that coffee wasn't just a drink, it was a connection, a reason for people to smile. But now, as profits slipped and customer reviews soured, Ethan felt something deeper than financial loss. He felt heartbreak. That morning, he made a decision that would change everything. He'd go undercover, no fancy suits, no boardroom titles, no one recognizing him as the face behind the brand. Just a simple man walking into his own cafe, pretending to be another customer, desperate to understand where things went wrong. Before we go deeper, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that touch the heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Kindness Thread. Let's spread positivity together. Ethan walked through the doors wearing a plain gray hoodie, jeans, and a baseball cap pulled low over his eyes. The warm smell of roasted beans greeted him, but the energy felt heavy. Behind the counter, a young waitress was wiping down the coffee machine with slow, weary motions. She looked no older than her mid-20s, with soft curls pinned loosely and a tired smile that flickered like a dying flame. Her name tag read Sophie. He ordered a simple cappuccino, watching her carefully. Despite the exhaustion in her eyes, she prepared his drink with care, her movements precise yet gentle. When she handed it to him, her hands trembled slightly, and for a fleeting second, Ethan saw something, pain hidden behind politeness. As he sat in the corner sipping his coffee, he observed quietly. The staff avoided eye contact, customers didn't smile, and laughter was nowhere to be found. A small argument broke out between the barista and a customer, ending in awkward silence. It wasn't just bad management, it was the loss of heart. And that realization hit Ethan harder than any quarterly report ever could. He spent the next hour pretending to work on his laptop while listening. Sophie seemed to be the only one trying. She greeted every customer with the same soft warmth, even when they were rude. When an elderly woman spilled her drink, Sophie rushed over to clean it up, whispering, "Don't worry, it's okay," with genuine kindness. Ethan's chest tightened. He hadn't seen that kind of compassion in his staff in months. When the rush slowed, Ethan walked up to the counter again. "Rough day?" he asked, his voice casual. Sophie chuckled softly, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "Rough month, actually," she said, glancing around the quiet cafe. "Ever since the new policies came in, things have been different. We're supposed to focus on speed now, not connection. No time to talk to customers, no time for kindness. But it's strange, isn't it? This cafe used to feel like home." Ethan's throat tightened. Those new policies were his doing, cost-cutting measures meant to improve efficiency. But instead, they drained the life out of the place. He wanted to tell her who he was, to apologize, but something stopped him. He needed to hear more. She continued softly, "The owner, Ethan Hale, used to visit sometimes. People said he was kind, that he built this place from love. I wish he'd come back. Maybe he'd see how far it's fallen." Ethan froze, her words piercing deeper than he expected. The way she spoke his name, with both disappointment and hope, felt like a mirror reflecting everything he'd lost sight of. He spent the next few days returning in disguise, each time watching Sophie go above and beyond for people who barely noticed. He learned that she worked double shifts to support her younger brother, who was battling a chronic illness. She'd taken this job not just for the money, but because she believed in the cafe's original vision, a place where kindness mattered. One evening, near closing time, a delivery mix-up caused chaos. The manager scolded Sophie harshly for something she hadn't done. Ethan watched as she bit her lip to hold back tears. When everyone left, she stayed behind, quietly cleaning the counters. Ethan approached her, asking why she didn't fight back. She smiled faintly. "Sometimes," she said, "you can't control what happens around you. But you can choose to stay kind. That's what keeps me going." Those words hit Ethan like thunder. He realized that Sophie wasn't just a waitress, she was the heart his cafe had forgotten. The next morning, Ethan returned, not as a stranger this time, but as himself. The staff froze when he entered in his tailored suit. Whispers filled the room. Sophie looked confused, holding a tray midair. Ethan smiled gently and said, "Good morning, everyone. I've been here the last few days, undercover." The shock was instant. He turned to Sophie and continued, "And I've seen what this cafe truly needs. It's not more rules or faster service. It's people like you." Sophie blinked in disbelief, her lips parting slightly. "Me," she whispered. Ethan nodded, his voice thick with emotion. "Yes, you. You reminded me why I built this place, to make people feel seen, not processed. You showed me that kindness still exists, even when everything feels broken." The entire cafe fell silent. Some employees lowered their heads, ashamed. Others began to smile softly. Ethan turned to the group and announced that starting immediately, the company would restore its original customer-first values. No more robotic service. No more stripping away the human touch. He also announced a new initiative, a kindness fund, to support employees and customers facing hardships, something inspired entirely by Sophie. Then, looking at her again, he said the words that left her frozen. "From today, Sophie, I want you to be our new store manager. You've earned it, not just with hard work, but with heart." Tears welled in her eyes as she covered her mouth, whispering, "Thank you. I don't know what to say." Ethan smiled softly. "You already did. When you said those 3 words." She frowned in confusion. "What 3 words?" He replied quietly, "Stay kind always." The cafe erupted in applause. Customers who overheard clapped, the staff smiled for the first time in months, and even the air seemed lighter. Ethan felt a weight lift off his chest, a redemption he hadn't known he needed. Over the following weeks, Bean and Heart Cafe transformed. The laughter returned, the music played again, and customers started leaving handwritten notes of gratitude on the counter. Sophie's leadership brought warmth back to every corner of the room. Ethan visited often, not as a CEO, but as a friend, sitting in the same corner with a simple cappuccino, watching kindness ripple through his cafe once more. And sometimes, when new customers walked in looking weary, Sophie would smile and say, "Welcome home." If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who believes in kindness, and subscribe to Kindness Thread. Your support helps us bring more true and emotional stories to life. Before you go, tell us in the comments, what's one act of kindness that changed your life? We'd love to hear your story. Because sometimes, it only takes 3 words to change everything.